about sexting. Sexting, it's potentially risky behavior. So first we will define it, and we try to describe the sexting from many points of view. So sexting is a sending of sexually explicit digital images, videos, text messages with using of IT, smartphones, internet services, etc. Sexting is very often a part of romantic relationship. But after the relationship is closed, intimate materials are often published on the internet and can become a tool for cyberbullying, cyber grooming, harassment, and other risky phenomena. First cases of sexting are from 2005. It's the year where when the mobile phones started to use cameras, photos, videos, and this kind of content. So from the 2005 we have many cases where some intimate material was shared across mobile phones, across internet services. So this is it. If we look on the structure of sexting, we can say that sexting has three subdimensions. First one is receiving. Many children are receiving a lot of intimate materials from the internet, pornographic content, and many information about sexuality. Another part of sexting, or another dimension or subdimension of sexting, is sending. So people are sending their own photos to another people. And the last part of sexting, it's a posting or sharing across especially social networks. So, for example, ex-wife or ex-boy or ex-girl is posting the photos of ex-partner, for example, on Facebook, on TikTok, on another social networks. There are two types of sexting: consensual sexting and non-consensual sexting. It's important to understand that in the most cases the sexting is a consensual kind of behavior, because it's a part of relationship. But there are also cases, not so often, but there are also cases of non-consensual sexting, where the material is part of blackmailing, abusing, extortion, sextortion, and violence. So it's important to say that these types are in reality in many cases, and we will speak about both types of sexting. If we look on a prevalence of sexting, on some data about sexting, we are monitoring sexting in the Czech Republic from 2010, and if we look on the numbers on the slide, we see that the numbers of sexting are rising or are increasing in last years. And if we look on the data from 2017, we can say that 15% of children are sharing or sending their own photos or videos on the internet with friend, with boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-friend, with another people. This situation is similar in other foreign countries. If you look, for example, on the USA, there are data from 2016 which are concentrating on sending and receiving of sexual materials between children from 12 to 17 years. And if you look on the data, for example, from the age 15 or 16, we see that the prevalence of sexting, if you look on the sending, is about 15%, 18% in the age 17. So it's a problem which is in many countries, and the data says that the problem is still high. But in the most cases, it's consensual sexting and a consensual form of sharing these intimate materials. To understand of sexting, it's very important to say something about motivation. Motivation for sexting. We have many questions in our research. You see a source on the page, and we asked children, why are you sending your own intimate photos and videos to another internet users, to another people on the internet? And we asked who was the person you sent your material. If you look on a results on a bars, the orange bar, we see that that motivation was it was a gift for my girlfriend or boyfriend. So it was a gift. It was a form of communication. It was a gift for friend. Another bar, the reason was flirting. It was response to receive sexy photo or video, and it was a game. I was bored, and there are many reasons, but the most important reason was it was a gift for a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It was a normal part of communication of relationship. Yeah. And if we compare this data with another question, to whom did you send your sexy erotic photo or video? In 47% it was to current boy or to current girl, or to a former friend, yeah, or to current boyfriend, girlfriend, or to person whom I liked. So there was no predators, cyber groomers, some offenders or attackers, adult people. If you look on the data, in the most cases, the recipients are the friends, boyfriends, girlfriends of the child, or the person whom I like. So the person I like to communicate, to flirt, and I want to start my next relation, for example. It's important to say that many children are in contact of nude content or with pornography on the internet, and we asked children if they can say if someone sends them some intimate material, for example, some pornographic video, some pornographic content, photos, and more than 40% of children confirm that they have received a provocative, erotic or pornographic photo in the internet environment from another person, on which someone is partially undressed or totally naked. And 21% also confirm that they have received erotic or pornographic video from their internet friend. So we see that the numbers say there is a lot of contacts between children and pornography on the internet. Now it's very important to understand of a process of sexting, or the motivation, or why is sexting across us in a population of children and also adults. So we asked the children who educates children in the field of sexuality. So if they have some lessons about sexting or sex, if they have some information about sex in a classroom, in lessons at school, or if they have information from parents or grandparents. And if you look on the data sets and on the bars, we see that in 46% of cases, the internet was a primary source of information about sex for children. And the problem is that there are many kinds of information about sexuality. There is pornographic content, there is child pornography, there are some examples of illegal pornographic content. So it's a really big problem, because the children are intensively looking on the internet without selection of qualitative or high quality sources, and internet is the main source for children. On another place was a friend, some friend from school, classmates, and another friend. In 34% it was a mother, in 34% it was also a teacher, and just in 15% it was a father. fathers are not communicating with the children about sexuality or sexual life. More information are in research. You see a source on the screen in a footer. So, main question, why we are speaking about sexting. Is sexting risky? The majority of respondents in our researches, if we speak with children, told us that they think that it's really risky behavior. It's a risky phenomenon in 74%. So the children know that the sexting could be very risky. But they'll still sharing, they'll still make sexting. So it's risky, but they are use it and they are do it with another classmates and friends. If you look on a platform used for sexting, last year's the most frequent platform was Facebook, but it was 5 or 6 years ago. But today, if you look on the platforms or on the tools which are used for sexting, there are many types of instant messengers. There is a Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp application, Viber, Skype, TikTok. So now the child is using everything what is available to share this content. So it's not primary Facebook in these days, but these messengers or these tools or these applications. Impact. It's really important to say something about the impact of sexting, because impact of sexting could be positive, but also negative. If you look on the positive sides of sexting, we can say that there is an enrichment of interpersonal relationship, excitement, strengthening the relationship at a distance. So sexting doesn't have to be negative, yeah. But if you look on the dark sides or on the negative aspects of sexting is connected to other forms of risky behavior, especially cyberbullying, blackmailing, sextortion, revenge porn, cyber grooming. So there are all parts. One is good one or positive, one is negative, and we will speak especially about the negative side of sexting, because there are some risks. First of all, we provide potential attackers with sensitive material that they can misuse against us, and intimate material can circulate on the internet for several years and can be used after the creation, after, for example, 5 years after the content was created, because it was uploaded to some site, to some cloud, and after years, everyone who have access to the system, to the cloud, to the website, to the gallery, can use this material, can download it, can share it, can use it again. So this is a problem, because material circulating through on the internet for several years. There is also a problem that if the content is circulating and many people know about us, that we are on the photos, we are on the video, so there can be or could be some exposure to harassment, sexual assault, or cyber grooming. There is also a loss of prestige and related difficulties in obtaining or maintaining employment or social relationship. And we can become the perpetrators of crime, because creation, sending, sharing of child pornography and many content from sexting is a child pornography. So it's a crime. We can be jailed or we can be, for example, add to databases of sexual offenders. We will speak about it in cases. So there are a lot of risks of sexting, and it's important to understand that it could be really positive, but it could be really risky. Now we will focus on cases of sexting. So the first case or group of cases are connected with celebrities. There is a case of leakage of sensitive data of foreign celebrities from iCloud. Because some time ago private photos of naked singers and actresses appeared on the internet. If you look on the screen, you see some examples of the celebrities. And the problem was that personal information, sensitive information, photos, videos, pornographic content was uploaded to cloud, and someone can hack the account on a cloud and save everything and share it on the internet. So it's an example of danger behavior when we are uploading our sensitive information to cloud services. Now let's introduce some cases from the Czech Republic. In these cases we help the victim to solve the problem. The first case is Renata. Renata, it's a 17 years old girl from the Czech Republic. And Renata has been with Paul since her 15 years of age. They were partners. Together they made a series of erotic and pornographic videos and photographed very intimate photos. So this is example of sexting, of consensual sexting. Yeah? But after 2 years, however, they broke up, and Paul decided to avenge Renata. He has created a website on the internet where he has placed the example of the records and the selected photos they have created together. On the website, he published the name and the surname of Renata, her phone number, and the offer of erotic services. At the same time, on the web, he offered to sell recorded videos. The link to the page sent emails to Renata's classmates, teachers, and the school head, and to her parents. If you look on consequences, the case was handed over to the police of the Czech Republic with suspicion of committing several offenses. Production, distribution of child pornography, sexual assault, sexual abusing, and many other offenses. So it's a first example. Next one is Janeta. In Czech we have Janeta, but you know the similar Janet, yeah? Janeta. 15 years old Janeta met Michael, an emo fan, at the social networks Gifio and Facebook. On the screen you see the photo of Michael from his profile on Facebook. They started to communicate, exchanged their profile context, photos, and used many platforms for communication. In most cases, it was Gifio, it was Facebook, and you see that Michael also use ImageBam. The communication was after a time more intimate, and they started to exchange more and more intimate photos, and one day Janeta sent him her photo topless. On the photo was also captured her face. It's a problem if we have a photo with a naked body and with a face, because we can identify the person on the photo and concentrate the attack on a concrete person on the internet. Michael asked her for another topless and nude photos. But Janeta declines his request, and their communication changed. Michael told Janeta that he has visited her Facebook profile and obtained contacts on their friends and parents. If she not send him another photos, he will upload her photos on porn websites and will inform their friends and parents about it. Janeta doesn't believe it, but he done the first step, and he made this gallery. Michael published a gallery of photos on ImageBam. Maybe you know the service ImageBam. First and second photo you see on the screen. The first one and the second one are real photos of Janeta. The face photo, the first one, is from profile on the Facebook, and the second one is the only one photo she sent to him. Other photos are just result of reverse search of photos from internet. Maybe you know how reverse searching of photos working. If you look on a Google Images, there is a special part where you can upload your photo, and the Google is looking for source of the photo and looks for similar photos. So it's this example. Other photos are just a result of reverse search of photos from internet, but it looks like all photos are from Janeta. If you look on the screen, it looks similar. The similar colors, the similar light, the similar dark, the similar room. Janeta contacted our team, and we start to investigate this situation. And if we look on the results of investigation, first result, the profile of Michael is a fake. It's not a profile of some boy, but it's a profile of adult person. The photos from profile were downloaded from online emo galleries from the USA. The offender is an adult man, and it's a 35-year-old man from Slovakia. He was identified and accused for some offenses. Blackmailing, child pornography sharing, threats, intimidation, and other crime. So if you look on the case, you see that there are a lot of fake profiles which are communicating with people across the internet, and sometimes you are not communicating with another child, but with adult person. We will speak about child grooming or cyber grooming problem, and there are a lot of fake profiles in the process of child grooming and the sexual assault on the children. So this is a case of Janeta and Michael sexting in this form. For other examples, there is a case of Emma Jones from United Kingdom. You see Emma on the photo on the screen, and an ex-boyfriend copied her intimate photos from Emma's computer to a flash drive, which he then posted on Facebook. So it's non-consensual sexting. There were photos, but the ex-boy copied it, and she doesn't know about. She didn't know about it. Emma was currently in Abu Dhabi. It's a capital of the United Arab Emirates, where she worked at an international school as a teacher. The pictures which were posted on Facebook by ex-boyfriend were discovered by a colleague of Emma, with whom she got along badly. And the colleague or the man accused her of prostitution, on behalf on the photos on Facebook. And consequences, Emma committed suicide for fear of imprisonment, and boymate found the body because the law is very hard in United Arab Emirates, and it will be very hard to describe how was it in real. So this is example how non-consensual sexting could be tragical consequences. Yeah. Our next case is from United States. It's a case of Philip Alpert, and it's a very good known case where the sexting has really hard consequences. What's happened? Without asking for them, his 16-year-old girlfriend sent him photos of her being naked. When they broke up, Philip sent these photos to friends and also to the girl's parents. More than 70 people together. And if you look on the consequences, he was sentenced for 5 years on parole for the dissemination of child pornography, to probation supervision, and up to the age of 43 he will be included in the register of sexual assailants. It's an open website database where are list sexual offenders, deviants who harassed minors and other people. So we can see that it's really hard end of this case. Now we will speak about sexting in a context of blackmailing, of context of sextortion and other forms of aggression. And we will speak about adults, because sexting it's not just a problem of children but also adults. And in this case we will speak about the case of a medical doctor from our helpline. I try to describe the situation. A lonely, professional, successful man, a medical doctor, was asked for friendship in a social networking environment. It was on a Facebook by a young, attractive woman who is lonely and stumbled upon his profile. The man couldn't resist the offer, added a woman to his friends, online friends on Facebook, and started conversing with her. You see a photo, it's a profile of a girl, Adina Kashikova in Czech. So what's happened next? The initial conversation went normally. They talked about common interests and hobbies, and gradually the woman moved on to more intimate topics. They start to speak about sex or about sexuality, about sexual life. Conversation was really intimate. And she started, for example, by taking a shower, bored and having various interesting ideas. She then offered the man to call, to video call through or via Skype or Facebook, so they could see each other at the same time. The video connection was successful, but unfortunately, the woman's microphone doesn't work, so the picture is visible but the sound is not audible. It's a problem, because if we see on a webcam just video without sound, it could be fraud. It could be so-called webcam trolling. It's a special type of internet fraud where I'm using recorded movies which are streaming through the camera. So you think that you see my real body, my real face, but you see just a movie which I'm streaming to you through the camera. The woman praises his appearance and starts chatting with the man, flirting, and over time offers him to expose himself in front of a webcam. So there was this kind of communication. The man doesn't want to be left behind, so he asks what she would like to see. Of course, she wants to see his genitals, and the man is completely exposed in front of a camera. A quick turn follows. The woman sends the doctor a link to a video that captures him while exposing and masturbating, while it is supplemented by a very inappropriate and untrue title. Dr. Petr Novak, the name of a doctor, it's a fake name for us, but the name of the doctor, masturbates in front of a 6-year-old girl. The video was hosted on YouTube, but it was temporarily in a private mode, so it's not normally searchable on YouTube. Subsequently, the woman demanded $2,000 to pay to remove the video, all anonymous online payment, and otherwise there will be big problems. If we look on this case of this man, the problem was that there was sextortion. There was combination of sexting and of blackmailing or extortion. In the case of a man, the man doesn't want to contact police. They doesn't know what to do because there was some video. It was fake video, but it was video recorded through the webcam, and there was some request to pay. He contacted us. We tried to block the video. We removed the video, but and we blocked the person, the women, or it was I think it was not a woman. It was a man. He was just behind fake profile, because if we look into communication, there are many how to say it. Problems in a text, changing he, she, there was a lot of mistakes, so it was really fake profile which was created just to blackmail a person, to take money, to make this kind of conversation, to have some money, some payments from foreign countries. If you look on a strategy of this risky behavior, there are some parts or some parts of process. The first part is online friendship. At the start of communication or conversation, the people are really friends. They are communicate like the best friends. There is a trust and intimacy. And after time, there is a sexting, especially consensual sexting. But after this part, there is point number 4, cybersex, fake webcam stream and webcam trolling, and the stream is recorded by offender. So this is a really big problem, because if someone records you through webcam, he has a really explosive material against you. And the last part is sextortion, blackmailing with using of intimate videos or photos. And if you look on the end, at the end could be another sexual materials, money. And if we speak about children, there could be also offline meeting as a part of so-called cyber grooming process. Yeah. So in the case of man, the man didn't pay more money, didn't contact police, but he doesn't know if the video is not anywhere on the internet, on some cloud, on some service. So it's really a big problem. Law limits. As we talked about before, there are some age limits for sexting, because if you create and send or share intimate material, the limit age is 18 years. under 18 years, the content you create could be classified as child pornography. Child pornography, if we define it, it's a form of child sexual exploitation, and if you look on law, law defines child pornography as any visual depiction of sexually explicit conduct involving a minor, persons less than 18 years old, as I told, and images of child pornography are also referred to as child sexual abuse images. And if you look on prohibition, so production, distribution, importation, reception, and other forms, what can't we do with this kind of content? So don't forget, if you are doing sexting, or if your child, if someone is doing, releasing, sharing, sending, receiving sexual material, it could be really big law problem, because the material could be child pornography. Another problem which is connected with sexting is so-called sharenting. I don't know if you know the word sharenting. It's a combination of share and parenting. Sharenting is the excessive use of social media and internet services in general by parents who share content featuring their own children. We can imagine it as excessive sharing of photos or videos, nude photos, for example from bathroom, of one's own children, usually without their content. Creation of profiles of children within various types of online services, in extreme forms of creation of prenatal profiles, many kinds of online diaries, and many forms of content where the photos of really young children uploaded and sharing with other people. If you look on the photo you see on the screen, this photo is from public gallery of some parents from the Czech Republic, and there are, for example, 100 photos of this kind where is a nudity, where the children are identified, you see faces, you see bodies, and there are hundreds of thousands visitors which are looking on the profiles. They can upload the content, they can share it, and there are many strangers and people which are not from the Czech Republic who are looking on the profiles and on these photos. So it's really a big problem, sharing in the last years. The last slide from this lesson, remember some hints or some important information to the end of presentation. Prevention is the most important in this area. If the intimate materials, so-called sexts, is the short word which described sexual content or sexual videos, photos. If the intimate materials are moving across internet, it's impossible to remove it out of them. It's important to educate children, to educate teachers, to educate parents in this area, because sexting is really risky. And intimate materials do not belong on the internet. That's all for now, and we will see together in the next lesson. Bye for now.